Hi, good morning again, everyone. This is T.M. Brown, and I wanted to continue the chapter reading that I started yesterday. You know, guys, I have to admit that I do enjoy sharing my stories with you in this format, just to give you a taste of what my books are like, and I also have to admit that each time I go on air to read something to you guys, I feel a little nervous about it. Um, I'm not the greatest reader in the world, but I hope that you enjoy what I am sharing with you guys, and you are interested in continuing the story enough that you will go out and make a purchase. So here we are again in my second book in the Struggles of the Women Folk series. It's called Tethered Angel. And so we started yesterday reading about an incident that happened while Gretchen and Angel and her father were on the train. So I want to continue that reading for you. Are you ready? As I looked into Gretchen's familiar face, all the fear that I had been holding inside for the past few hours poured out of me. Where's my daddy? Are we going to jail? Please don't let them send me back to Miss Emily Barker, I pleaded, clinging to Gretchen's waist for my life. This is now a case for the police. My father is on the town council and was able to talk them into releasing us to him. But where is my daddy? Donnie woke up in a small, sterile, white German hospital room with a single chair beside the bed and a headache that felt as if his head were 3 times its size. It hurt just to open his eyes. "Ja, das ist good. You are awake," the nurse said as she quickly entered the room. He could hear her, but he could not speak. The words were right there on the tip of his tongue, but he could not speak. "Don't try to speak," she said. "You took a terrible blow to your head. Doctor will come talk to you soon." Donnie tried to nod, but he couldn't do that either. He felt the familiar feeling of his body floating above the bed. It was the same feeling he'd endured during his last visit to the hospital after being beaten by the white soldiers who were supposedly his army buddies. They beat Donnie so bad that the army doctors put him on morphine to ease the pain. Donnie hated it then, and he hated it now. Here he was again, flying high on drugs that still could not totally mask the pain that consumed him. Donnie had no idea how long he'd been in the hospital, and more importantly, where his little angel was. The last thing that he remembered was being beaten and kicked by the German police as they literally threw him into a holding cell. Damn Americans think they own the world. Well, you're in our world now, they laughed as they kicked and beat him until he stopped fighting back. They beat him so badly, all he could do was curl up in a ball and take it until they stopped. Donnie had been running away from beatings from the white man his whole life, but this was a different kind of hate. It had nothing to do with color. These German police officers hated Donnie because he was American, something no white man had ever called him. No matter where the Negro man go, seemed like he always getting his ass whipped by somebody. Donnie wanted to keep his eyes open, but it was just too hard. He was drifting in and out of consciousness. Each time he did, He found himself reliving the past, the good and the bad times. Seemed like the Lord was showing him all the things that he'd done in his life, holding him accountable for it all. In one of his trips down memory lane, Donnie and Georgie were laying in the moonlight on the one and only night they had spent together. The feeling that he would never hold her in his arms again was breaking his heart over and over again. There was no amount of morphine that would ever ease that. Then there were the memories of the sheer cruelty of Sally and her boys. Please, Lord, if you're going to take me, please let me see my little angel just one more time, Donnie prayed as he slipped out of consciousness once more. Donnie, can you hear me? Gretchen asked, holding Donnie's hand as he struggled to figure out who she was. It had taken some time, but with the help of her father, she was able to find him. The small hospital was only a few towns away from where her family lived. Donnie had been in the hospital for 3 weeks now. She had brought Angel to see him, but wanted to have a few minutes alone with him first. According to the way he felt, he knew that he was not getting any better. During one of his trips in and out of consciousness, he heard the doctor say that every effort must be made to locate his family before it was too late. Donnie prayed that it was only a dream, but by the look on Gretchen's face, he knew that it was not. Angel is living with my family and me. They fell in love with her at first sight. She will be well cared for, not to worry, Gretchen assured me as she sat beside the bed. You and she will be together, she lied as she pretended to look at the floor to wipe away her tears. Who would you like to see her? She's waiting right outside. Yes, Donnie indicated by blinking his eyes slowly as the pain traveled from his head to his shoulders all the way down to the bottom of his feet. It was taking over now. Oh, Daddy, Angel said as she entered the room. I am so sorry. This is all my fault, Angel cried. Donnie could not reach out to hold her as he so desperately wanted to. He couldn't even tell her how much he loved her. In desperation, he did what he had always done with his own mama after she passed away and would come to visit him as a child. Angel, I hope that you can hear me. This is the only way I can talk to you now. My mama had the gift, and I just pray that you have it too. Oh, Daddy, yes, I hear you, Angel said. My mama told me a long time ago that we came from good stock. This gift that you inherited from her will serve you well, but only if you use it properly. Mama said this special gift was only for the girl children in the family. People didn't always understand it. Some even thought she was a witch, a conjure woman, or something even worse. Can you see spirits too? Yes, Daddy. I'm so relieved to finally have someone that understands me. I've been keeping this secret for a very long time. I wondered why I could read your thoughts like my own, and now I understand why, Angel said as she conversed with the all-white room in the all-white room. Angel, don't be scared. I'm getting ready to go be with my mama now. I prayed that we would have more time together, but that just can't be. I want you to know that I love you with all my heart. I want you to know that no matter what people say, I love your mama. You might not understand it now, but she is the only woman that I ever loved. I was never happier than when I was with her. She's the finest woman I have ever known. I need you to do something for me. Yes, Daddy. I need you to tell her that I'm sorry. I need you to tell her that I never stopped loving her. I need you to tell her that one day we will be together in the moonlight once again. And this time, I will never let her go, thought Donnie as he slipped away for the very last time. Daddy, oh, Daddy, I'll tell her, Daddy. I'll tell her, Daddy. I'll tell her, Daddy, Angel said as her voice became louder with each word. The doctor, the nurse, and Gretchen were in the room now. I'm so sorry. He's gone, said the doctor. Donnie was buried in the cemetery that Gretchen's family owned. The whole town came out to pay their respects. Donnie would have liked that. So that concludes another excerpt from my award-winning book, Tethered Angel. And I hope that you enjoyed the reading and will go out and get yourself a copy of the book so you can read it in its entirety. Thank you for continuing to listen to my excerpts from the various books. I hope that you are encouraged by the stories to live your life to the fullest. I hope that for maybe some of you who have never experienced a story such as this, that it gives you a different perspective on the lives of people who struggle. Struggles of the Women Folk series, book 1, 2, and 3. www.authortmbrown.com. Have yourselves an amazing day and happy holidays.